A lecturer of mine once said that the day anyone stops learning, you start dying. And that's because knowledge is power and knowledge is life. Everybody is a product of nature first and then nurture. Life is a school and we are the learners. Are you learning? Because it is what you know and can do that will make a difference in your life. Welcome to today's edition of Mentorprenuer, where we establish basically that experience is the best teacher and everyone should learn to get better. Today we are featuring someone we have captioned from his brief to us. We call him Daddy's Boy, from Daddy's Boy to CEO. You're going to hear how he started from being a daddy's boy to taking over the craft and trade of his father and family. And today he is an independent man. He's fending not just for himself and family, he has influenced others. In fact, he's an employer of labor, underscoring again the importance that in life, just as education and educational schools of thought have said, it is the development of every individual to be useful to themselves first and then the society. Please, let's meet my guest for today. He is a fashion CEO. Please, let's welcome my guest. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
How are you?
I'm very fine. Thank you.
My guest is Tamuno Ibu, Tamuno Imama, Tamuno Belema.
Yes, sir.
My pleasure.
Thank you very much. Thank you for hosting me.
Yes. It was quite interesting. I and my crew, when we sat down to capture that line from Daddy's Boy to CEO. Let me ask, first, growing from life and from family background and your career, I want to ask you about two of your philosophies. One, what's your philosophy in life?
My philosophy in life is that no matter how long it takes, I will surely get there.
Okay.
It does not matter the time. Hard work and patience will always take me to that place.
Okay.
That is one thing that has always given me that hope that I keep on moving.
Okay. Mine is quite interesting too. Let me say it first in our local parlance. You are from my area. Tomorrow is pregnant.
Yeah.
I know that I'm not perfect, I'm weak, but I strive to be excellent at what I do. So in business, what would you capture your life philosophically to be? You want to say a line, having gone through business, this is my philosophical thought.
Okay, I haven't gone through business in life, looking back the way I started, and I believe that whatever thing you focus on, definitely you will stand on it.
Okay.
That is my philosophy.
Just like the Bible says, say a man that is diligent
In his work. He will not just stand before men, but greater men. When I was coming, I was like a normal child on the streets, running around from the waterside and everything. I was in my secondary school days, but something happened. I have a friend who, in one way or the other, had issues of accommodation as a young boy.
Okay.
So he can't come to our house to stay with us. So I now told my dad that I want to start sleeping in his shop. He said, why? I said, I want to be sleeping in the shop.
You didn't want to tell him the reason?
I don't want to tell him the reason, the actual reason. And to be very honest to you, it wasn't in like an intentional thing that I'm going there to learn tailoring.
Okay.
But sleeping, sometimes we sleep, we wake up around 1 a.m., 2 a.m. What do? Nothing. We started matching the machines.
Wow.
We started gisting, we'll laugh, we'll play, we'll carry pieces, we'll cut it. That is how I started.
From play to
now something happened one day, as a friend, me and him have toured around the whole city of Port Harcourt trying to see how we can get some menial jobs to do to survive. But it's not working. So that evening, normally as we went to the shop to sleep as young men, around that my 15, 16, 17 years. So when I got to the shop, a young guy walked up to me and said, please, can you amend this trouser for me?
Not knowing that
I'm not. I said, why? I can. He said, look, I should run it, and I take tape and just take his measurement and everything.
Can you imagine?
And I had to run it. And that period, you know when somebody gave you 15 naira?
Yes. Coca-Cola was 30 kobo.
When he gave me 15 naira.
Yes.
I called my friend, so Buena. That person will begin to think into this area. That morning, the first thing we did, there's a place called Plaza in Old Port Harcourt Township. We ran there, we bought Mama put, he ate a plate, I ate a plate with 25 naira. Abi, you understand? And
so for those who didn't experience the good days of Nigeria.
So after we finish eating the food, as we are coming, I now begin to say, boy, no, we'll begin to think. So I started telling my friends, so if you get an amendment, please bring go. If you have an amendment, please bring go. That is how I started. And I started making amendment, and that time, when gin is really gin, the Levi's, Arozina gin, all those kind, stone black. So when they back
designing them,
yes, we back something. I started patching the trousers. So each trouser I patch, they give me 100 naira. So I started making more. So I begin to understand that it will be better for me than to be roaming around the street than to focus on this.
Well, hold it there. For anyone listening, what you just said is a lifeline. If you want to survive, if you want to eat, if you want to grow, if you want to sustain yourself, learn a craft, solve someone's problem. They will pay you. It is not to roam around, because virtually every week, as either I'm coming to work, I'm going to do exercise, or I park my car somewhere, you will see a healthy looking man or girl with 2 hands and legs. Uncle, I beg, I never chop. Give me 200 naira. Uncle, I beg, make I buy bread. And I will ask them, are your hands okay? They say yes. Are your legs okay? They say yes. This time you're using to trek the whole of GRA or the whole of Eastern Bypass. You could have just gone to someone to learn a skill. After 1, 2, 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, you should be able to do something, and they'll be paying you. Even when you're learning, your oga maybe give you transport money, giving you money for lunch. So you miss it when you go around, you sit there wasting your time begging and thinking that somebody will help you. Yes, continue.
Those kind of persons, I see them as people who are poor
in their mindset. Yes, I agree with you.
Because
the mind.
When you have that mindset that it's only when you beg you can survive, trust me, you can't move. You will only just be begging and deceiving yourself, and days, time and minutes are counting on you. You understand? Like I said, with all this era now, what I do, I took it upon myself. I was in my SS3 at that time. You understand? I started, doing some, even when my father at a point stopped me of not going to sleep in the shop again.
Then he didn't know
that I was trying to, because do you know that now I now went back to him. I said, Daddy, I want to learn this work. I want to learn this work. Please, I want to come and join you to learn this work, because at that point I've just left secondary school.
He had not thought about teaching you.
So he told me, said no. Say, how can that? How many of us in the house that wants to do tailoring?
Wow.
His first son is into tailoring. Me coming to be a tailor again, I doesn't want it.
He didn't say that future in it.
That he wants me to be a medical doctor or to be an engineer, that I should just go and think of a course I want to study. I came back to the house. I sat down. Normally, parents are giving you food, but we believe that which we hustle as young men are more important, because outside your parents giving you morning food,
want to eat some sweet things.
You want to eat some sweet things. You understand? You want to buy some old babe in town, all those kind of
friends,
because your parents at that point does not really know what you wear.
Yes.
All what
buy
they
your
think
kind of clothes.
Good. And you know, later jean is raining, 2 front pocket shirt is raining. So you want to be as a young boy at that trendy level. What do they call it? Gabardine is raining. She knows it's raining. Loafers and crepin, all those things. So
sunglasses,
all those kind of things. So one day I went to him. He said no, that I should not. So I went to his manager and I told his manager that I really want to learn this work. I really want to do it.
Wow.
He said, say your dad will be angry. I said, no. I will be coming in the night. The only thing you would help me to do to you to be coming in the night so that you'll be directing me. He now said, okay, no problem. Now,
for free?
For free. My father's manager that manages, you understand? So when we came in the night normally to sleep, as all these, you know, how do they call it? All these apprentices that do applications, the guy has already collected 1 or 2 things outside. People that knew him regular, not the one that they came to give my father. So he said, okay, then they call me doctor. They will say, doctor, okay, let me cut this thing for you. He will be directing me to join it. And that is how I started. And when I get to a point, something happened after like 2-3 years that I've really known myself. In not even a perfection, because I knew that the first clothes I collected from somebody that opened fully well, that I've known how to make dress.
You spoiled it.
I spoiled it.
But the very first one I gave you the money, you did it well.
No, I did. That is an amendment.
Okay.
It wasn't a fresh
brand new fresh. So
now, because at that point I could not able to read tapes. You know, in fashion design, one major thing that is very, very calculative is measurement. Because when you take somebody's shoulder 19, you don't go and cut 19.
Oh.
The moment you cut 19, by the time you finish sewing it, it will either be 18 or 17. Because you need to calculate your sewing what? Allowances. So all those things I didn't actually know. So when I took the person's measurement, I cut the clothes, sew it according to the measurement I took, forgetting that there should be allowances.
Yes.
So I stressed the way the guy wore the clothes was so tight on him. You understand? And the guy told me that this now don't spoil him, so but he will not be angry. I knew that I'm trying, so I had to lose the clothes. Now I patch it, and
you didn't ask your mentor.
No, I did.
Okay.
No, I did, but at that point when I really want to do the job, he didn't
give you attention.
That mentor, he did not even come that night. Okay. So I just feel that, you know, I've gotten there. Let me just do something. Yeah. So when he came in the morning, the guy wore it and the guy was angry. That is when he told me where I made the mistakes.
Okay.
So I learned from it. I lose the clothes. I made small patch and make it a design. You understand? I didn't just patch it. I had to tear the back of the clothes, put something and run it in a way that if he sees it, you never know that it's a fault. So it became a design. And when the guy wore the clothes, and any occasion he goes to, he say, give me that boy. That is how I started making money. So I now understood that I'll make more money if I pay attention to this than be on the streets.
Did you hear that? Rather than being on the streets, carrying weapons, being available, because when you're on the streets, you're prone to becoming a criminal. Because you'll be hungry, very hungry, pay bills, and then you follow pair, what they call it, pair grouping
influence. And
let's go and do sharp.
When I was growing, sir, I am telling you, let this our generation, our Gen Z generation listen. When I was growing up, we still see all these things that's happening today.
I saw it too.
We have what do they call it, a tie neck. All those boys, the relay boys that will hold you on your neck and drag your back and run. Sometimes they will just take bike, motorcycle and drag your back and run. And that period, there's what they call condensate fuel that people goes to river to, you know, either bus pipeline and whatsoever. But that one is scaring. Some of these boys, when they go, the place will get explode. They will die. I say, is what I'm going to do? Say no. Let me start focus on this one. One day we trek from town to what do they call it, Abacha Road to do menial job. Do you know that I carry block to climb a 4-story building, a 8-story building? When I climbed 4 times, I came down and I said, God, I don't want to suffer this kind of suffer.
I also did.
How long will I be doing this thing to survive? So when I begin to look all these things, I focus on it. And one day, normal afternoon, me and that my same friend, who today is a very big boy, is in the House of Reps today, by the grace of God. We now went.
Hope he remembers you.
We are still friends. we were passing, and I saw my dad, in the shop, being hungry.
At what?
That one of his boys that are making clothes left the clothes. I said he's coming, and customer is around waiting for the clothes. And I told my father, I said, okay, let me complete the clothes.
Wow. For the person.
He said, no, he doesn't want. I said, no, let me complete clothes. So the other boys were telling him that, Daddy, don't worry, saying go feed one. So I now collected the clothes, make the clothes perfectly okay. Do you know what my father does? Do you know what my dad pays me with? My dad collected the clothes, checked the clothes and everything, and knocked me on the head.
Daddy, this is interesting.
Said, so you know how to make this clothes, and you're making me to suffer looking for workers. You will never judge. Tomorrow you're coming to work. That is how I started.
This is interesting.
I'm telling you. So, as a father, for him to
say that, I said, don't learn.
As a first, he said I should not learn.
Don't learn it.
Now, when I knew the job, for him to appreciate me, the appreciation was knocking on my head.
No, that was a big message.
Now, do you know that this day generation, now, if your parents knocked you on the head, now you got angry, you will even insult your father. You will even insult them. But that period, we felt that it's part of correction. So I started working with him. Morning, I will go. Do you know that I will walk like this? My father gives me peanut. In short, when I mean peanut, it was not even different from when you were hustling. I was hustling. When I say, Daddy, please, I say, what do you need money for? Are you not be feeding? No, my friend, no.
I'm paying your house rent, I'm feeding you.
Do you understand? Now, something happened, a scenario happened that my father believed me to a point. That when he knew that, yes, I've really come of age in the job. Then the former president of Nigeria, Olusegun Obasanjo, was about to visit Rivers State. Then Odili was the governor.
Okay.
In his second tenure. So they want to make a royal dawn, this Rivers royal dawn for him. And the chief protocol, who is to the governor, now because my father makes their wares at that point. So when they now came, that was on Saturday. And the president was about to visit on Monday.
Urgency.
The urgency was just so much. And my father have already left to the house. I was only the one in the shop. So when the chief protocol officer came to me and said, where is your father? I said, he's not around. He said, please tell your father that we need done, we need stored, we need this, that they should be ready as early as 6 a.m. in the morning.
Opportunity.
On Monday. So I said, okay, no problem. I got to my dad and said, Daddy, this is what the chief protocol said, that the president is coming, so therefore that they needed a dawn for him. My father said, did they drop anything? I said, no. He said, then where did they expect him to get money to do this job? So he just feel,
wow.
He said, doctor, go. And I left him. I went back. That was Saturday night. I said, what do I do?
Wow.
A thought just came in me. I said, no. I went back to the shop in the night. I saw a very good fabric that can be suited for dawn. I don't know whether they brought it from my house. I don't want to care. I now cut it. I showed the dawn. Because at that point, you're not even taking the measurement of the president. So it needs a guest.
Yes. Wow. How could they come without the measurement of the president?
No, but that is how most of them they do. They don't come with, if they want to give. My father, we have shown the 36 state governors uniform when they visited Rivers State.
Without measuring them?
Without measuring any of them. We only just get to their pictures. So I made the dawn. I did the inner etibo inside. I went to called one man who sells a cap in my new market in those days. I collected hats from me, collected did everything and set it as early as possible. Throughout the Sunday, I was just on that job. So when the chief protocol came in and he said, when he came even in the morning, I was still the one that is in the shop. My dad was not there. I said, yeah, everything is set. I went with the man to the government house and dressed Obasanjo.
Hey!
Now, after I finished dressing him and everything, Odili was so happy. He said, who made it? He said, it is his father. Because at that point, they all of them, and at that point, I wouldn't even want to say anything.
Yes.
I said, okay, now. I went there. They give me the money. They send the money to my father.
I think I was surprised when money comes.
So when I went to the office after doing an to my father said, Say they don't send you the money. Say I don't do the job. You say where I get the clothes? Where did you get the material? I said I saw a done material and a very lovely India. So I had to use it to make the clothes and everything. He say, see money now. See they think who send out the money. If they think who send out the money, hey, do you know what my pay was? I can't say, Daddy.
Shut your boy something.
Oh my God! But it's a very good life experience.
Yes.
You know, my father told me, said no, say he watched on national TV. If Obasanjo wore the cloth and living River State, then he's going to know that yes, I did a good job. Because of that, I started watching television.
Can you imagine?
In the evening on this their normal news. Saw the thing, and it was even my father that came the following and said, doctor, you try you. Say, Daddy, thank you. Say, Daddy, he say, this is my blessings for you. He said, kneel down.
Wow.
And I prayed for me.
Wow.
He said, my son, for you to make me proud, you will never lack.
Wow.
A man who was on the street roaming, under, survival way, getting into tailoring, and now became a brand. My brand, BDS Designs and Concepts, is one of the best brand in Port Harcourt. Now, some of our youths, they have such opportunities, but they feel it's a time wasting. I've been in this business for 2 decades. I'm still on. As I'm talking to you, I'm still thinking of to bring another new brand inside this brand. So, what are we telling our youths?
Okay, let's several wonderful lessons what you have said. One is the risk. I see risk taking it.
The life is all about risk.
You were in secondary school. Your dad wanted you to follow a white collar career. Medical doctor, one of those highbrow rated professions as it were. Medical doctor, law, engineering, accountancy, So your dad wanted you that, but you took that risk and you went into you didn't pursue his career. You took the risk of going into his trade, and when you started, without even minding whether they could come and arrest you, because I've seen people be arrested for spoiling their clothes.
No, but surely it happens. No, it happens.
So you took that risk and you started, even at the expense of your dad. Maybe if your dad had found out, maybe he would have thrown you out to say, my friend, come on, leave my shop, leave my house. You're a stubborn child. You took that risk. You took another risk of sewing someone's clothes for the first time. So you took another risk of sewing for President of Nigeria. Talk to us about risk taking in life without getting into trouble.
Okay, sometimes our mindset.
Okay.
Our mindset, we have this, the moment as a person he wants to get there, there will be a 2-part road for you.
Okay.
Now this 2-part road, one will be telling you run past with that road. The other one will tell you just be going. You will get
Gently.
to your destination.
It's time for everything.
Now you don't need to know when you're walking on the road. You're getting, maybe your mind is set up to come to CEMTV station, and I am coming there, and every dog that barks on the road,
You stop.
I stop, stone, chase. Before I will get to the
You miss
TV
appointment.
I will miss my appointment. So at that point, the risk of people castigating you, the risk of people talking you down,
Distractions.
the risk of people distracting you, the risk of people not believing you.
Yes.
When I was growing up, going into this fashion, there are a set of entertainers in Port Harcourt I met. They were all over the radio station then. I met them and I said, please, we are my brand. Then just make it, just announce it. They told me, said, no, they don't go fit. So what is this one? One even open the clothes and make jest of it and throw it away. After 4 years, those persons were coming to my office
To pay for.
not pay, beg me, so boy, I
Design
said,
for
show, please design for me. And I can tell you that no entertainer in Port Harcourt that have not worn my brand. Even some that will come from Lagos, had shows in Port Harcourt, their host will bring them to my office, say, please, BDS, it's an emergency. Please give them something to wear. And I am one of the best fashion designer that have mingled with entertainers in Port Harcourt. I'm no entertainer in Port Harcourt that they've not worn BDS brand before.
Did you finally finish your academics pursuit?
Yes, I did. I finished my what do they call it? Secondary school level. I took care of my education.
Okay. So now you took the burden from your parents.
From my parents. Yeah, because I was earning something. I went to Uniport.
Okay.
I studied economics. I have BS in economics. So the truth is this: in life, what do you want?
What
do you want? It's a very big question mark that some people could not define what they want. Do you know that we've seen people, young men who, out of that zeal or that quick syndrome, make money and died?
Yes. We
have seen young men forgetting that life has a process. I've seen you, I've met you before. You are from one point to the just, you keep on advancing. Even when the challenges of life comes, you overlook them and do what? You still push. So in life generally is a risk.
Yes. Every day, because you don't know when you sleep.
Even when you sleep,
you don't know whether you wake up and see the next day.
You wake up, you are beating risk. Because there are a lot of people who slept
and didn't
wake up. So when we talk about risk in life, every day that passes, except is a man who does not have targets. Anybody who has targets that he wants to get to that level, he will always pass risk. The challenges, even when we enter vehicle, we travel to get our fabrics, there are all still risks on the road. People go and don't come back. They died on the road.
Okay, when we come back, I'm going to ask you how, now that you've gone through this risk, luckily, you don't get into too much problems. What lessons have you learned? Would you give your own child that's an opportunity to take those kind of risks? Would you advise someone to take this kind of risk? Because some people took it to them, they entered into problem. Okay, and what have you learned better to say? Okay, if you're taking risk, what guided you? Because actually, there's sometimes what they call you misshoot. They speak it. That's how they speak it in Okrika. Barima, something you when you mistakenly get something right.
Right, yes.
In the course of trying to mistake, but you not get it right. So when we come back, I'm going to ask you how you do that. You were able to get through those stages without getting into so much problems. You've heard it. Life is not 100 meters dash. Life is a process. Life is a process. If you want to go through life attending to every distraction, you will not get to your desired destination. Our guest asked the question, what do you want out of life? Life will offer you many things.
Sure.
By your wayside, some will come, offer you that, offer you this. If you accept anyone, you will miss the golden opportunity. Again, if you want to eat, because that's what they always beg, okay, I never chop. Okay, if you want to eat, you don't be a beggar.
No.
Work, chop. When we come back, this is Mentorprenuer on your one and only CEMTV. Please stay tuned.
Is it time? I can't wait to see it.
voice of the people, stories that matter.
Oh wow!
Truth in every moment, now and forever. Across every border, across every land, we form, we empower, together we stand. From Africa to the world, connecting every voice.
It's still CEMTV Mentorprenuer, where we feature our guests to tell you their life experiences to inspire you positively, because we all are learners, but the choice is always yours if you would learn the lessons of life. Life will always teach you lessons. It is your position and your responsibility to learn or not to learn. Our guest is still Tamuno Mama Tamuno Belema, the CEO of BDS Designs and Concepts. He's telling us a story from how he grew from daddy's boy to a CEO, and full of wonderful lessons in one moment. Before we went on the break, and I asked, he took several risks. Looking back, what will you tell someone? Take risk, but avoid this, that, and that. I remember, like, growing up with our dad, my dad was very protective. Don't go here, don't do this, don't do. But my elder brother, I'm an introvert. I will always obey and stay back because I was also intimidated by him. But my elder brother, he was a risk taker. If my dad locked the door, my elder brother would pull the louvers, jump down, go and do that thing, and still come back. And sometimes they will catch him, they will punish him. I'll be crying for him too, you know. Suddenly, my dad will say, "Don't go." My elder brother will go out. He will come back, they will punish him. My dad will say, "Don't go." He will go far, go and play, go explore places. He's that kind of person. He likes exploring, going far. I am the home obedient boy, and he got beaten for it. But sometimes he helped me too. But areas where I was intimidated, areas where I was ignorant. In fact, like when we left from our daddy's house to our mother's house, he was my leader. He was just he was about 4 years older, but he was holding me. He was always been like my shepherd. Because of it, you know. So there's always the good parts of being adventurous. Okay. So today now you have looked at it. If you have to tell your child, take risk, but what would those buts be?
Now we have a negative risk, and we have positive risk.
Yeah.
Now, if you're telling someone to take risk, the person should not take risk at the negative point of life.
Okay.
Today we have generation who is very quick in making money. Now, doing Yahoo is a risk.
Yeah.
Doing Yahoo Plus is a risk because you started sacrificing some certain things to make money. Why are we doing all these things? To make ends meet. This morning I was telling my children that God did not promise us mansion.
Yeah.
God did not promise us the most heavy bank account. But what God said to us that He's going to give us our daily bread.
You can multiply it to bakery.
But your daily bread. Now, sometimes I begin to ask, why do people take negative risk just to make ends meet?
Over ambition.
And the societal pressure.
It's not when you want to bear the pressure.
No. Sir,
sorry, I'm coming.
The pressure, this societal pressure we're talking about, even attacked me.
I'm coming. I read a psychology book because as an introvert, I think a lot inside. I could go over an experience and I carry to the point negative, it will impact me negatively. So I was reading a psychology book one day, and the person was saying, our thoughts are like bags of cement. Someone comes and put that bag of cement on you, 50 kg. It's heavy. Initially, you may be able to lift it, you man it up, you chin up, as we say, but stay like that for 1 hour, stay like that for 2 hours.
It will begin to weigh you down.
It to weigh you down. And it says the person put it on you, and the person walks away. What option do you have? is to take,
it down
and be free.
So
I now looked at, from that moment, I said, okay, if something happens to me, I receive the thought, negative thought or reminder, put it aside, and I got my liberation. So that's what I'm saying. This pressure, like you're saying, growing up in River State, growing up in our locales, I also came under peer pressure. But because of the values, values I got from my parents, who were I thank them a whole lot. Don't beg, don't go, whatever you don't have, be self-contented.
That is one major thing.
Don't go and steal.
That our youth these days does not. They don't have it.
So I had opportunities to become gangster, because of course I know 2 militant warlords. They grew up with me, so I had opportunity, cultists, whatever. Okay, but we chose to live the decent, responsible life. So the pressure is still there to buy things, to buy car, own things, the flashy cars, live the flashy life. Because of course you see your peer group, they are living large, la vida. You want to do the same. How do they get? You understand me? Yeah. So it brings you under pressure, but you still choose to say, maybe my time has not come. I'm going to work diligently to earn my own.
Now, when we talked about pressure from the society, I live from an environment where every day police come and do raiding.
Exactly.
Every day they shoot guns. You see, either one rival code group will come there, will shoot, they will keep. But do you know something? If I tell you experiences, you will not believe. Police are raiding.
They will not touch.
And I'm climbing from the down. I'm climbing up. A policewoman walk up to me say, "You no go pass corner, you will die. You innocent boy like you come and pass corner." I'm a young boy like every other person there. How did she know that I'm innocent? I've sat down with people. The moment I just stood up, I walk away for some miles. I edged 2-3 people died. One principle that have guided me: nobody will come and stand for me if today anything happens.
The rest of me,
because I have a father who all he's thinking is 2 things: how to give you food and how to send you to school.
The rest is
so every other thing that you bring around him, he will tell you no consignment. So at that point, I don't want to involve myself in police trouble. Sir, for the years I've grown in Port Harcourt, police have never arrested me before. They should go and check all police stations. I have not arrested anybody before, because there is this thing that always tell me that violence and trouble does not pay. I knew generation of youth that have died, but they can avoid their death.
Yes.
So when we talk about pressure, pressure is even after our generation, pressure will come.
It's always there.
But it is the mindset of the youths to begin to understand that, what do I want? The societal pressure is too much.
And it's not cheap.
It's not cheap. It doesn't come cheap. Okay, the Bible said something that if what will profit a man if he gains the whole world and loses your soul? The way I see it, what shall he profit a young boy after making small money and you died suddenly?
The next minute, the next second even.
You understand? Now, with all these things, I am a youth leader. I head a youth organization in Port Harcourt, in River State, that over 15,000 youths are under my control. And those who are very close to me always hear what I preach to them.
Because you are exemplary.
You can make money without violence. You can make money without any form of how will I call it? Crime. You can make money. I had every opportunity as a young man who grew up from the river area to do bunkering, but I refused to do it. I've not done it one day. When even my peers are making money at that time, buying a lot of, I don't
make money.
I don't, because I believe that it is not my line. Today, as I'm talking to you, I've not used my degree to do anything.
You see,
let me just have it. But I am taking good care of myself and my family, because I did not hope on the skyscraper that I've not seen. I believe in my daily what? Bread.
Talk to us about career. Your dad wanted to become a medical doctor. Well, here you are, a fashion designer and a CEO. There are some families that I am aware of. I had some pressure. They choose for you. They compel you. Okay. They make life unbearable for you unless you do their chosen career. What will you tell parents, guardians, in compelling children into their own choice of career? And what will you tell children and those who are growing, younger generation, in choosing a career? Because now, if you look back, will you say you regret choosing becoming a fashion?
I never regretted.
So talk to us about it. Yeah.
Now, when we talked about parents forcing children to choose career, you see, in those days, the parents have this mentality that if you become a medical doctor, an engineer or a lawyer, then your life
automatically made.
I have seen engineers suffering.
I've seen lawyers.
I have seen lawyers. Their shoes are becoming something else. Please, I'm not trying to undermine lawyers.
Yes.
And I've seen medical doctors that are still suffering. First, when the child is growing, as a child, there is something God has deposited in that child. Talent. Let that child come up with that talent. Do you know why I told my son that you are not going for another course? From his primary school, he has keep on telling me I want to be a mechanical engineer. You understand? And it's very good. But along the line, he wrote his JAM. He did well. He wrote his posterior me. He didn't do fine. And when my wife said that we should change his course, I said, no, you're not changing his course. Young man, you will still ride that system because you have already indicated
your talent.
Time with that number. We've sat down, we've discussed. You say you want to be an engineer. What did they call it?
Aeronautics?
No. Mechanical engineer. Do you understand? So I, as a parent, we should not temper with the vision of the children. Just like a mother forcing a son or a daughter to marry against their wish. Some of those marriages does not last. Yeah. So when you force children against their wish, sometimes they don't do well.
Exactly.
Because that is not exactly what they want. Forcing a child to be a medical doctor does not make him a perfect person.
Yeah.
Forcing a child to be a lawyer or engineer does not make. Do you know that the ordinary woman who sells rice and beans in the market sometimes will even do well more than that this thing?
Let me give you an example. There was one of my elders in secondary school and in life and age. He was in secondary school. His parents, they had a property on town, one of the streets. So they were close to Creek Road. His mother and father were industrious. So growing up, they noticed it. So there are some parents that every petty thing they do, so that they have what they call multiple streams of income. So the parents noticed that area they lacked water. They sank borehole. People were coming to buy. They were selling. They noticed people were looking for wheelbarrow to hire. They started lending out. They noticed that people wanted to watch TV. People would gather. They set up
a viewing center.
Everything. So while he was in secondary school about to finish, I think the father died or something. He took over the trade. He bought more wheelbarrows. Started giving out. We were still in school. Started making money. Then what they opened was a small TV house. He now went to that information center, hired it. That was the era of decoder.
Yes.
DSTV, watching the European League. He now made it larger. So he took over and expanded the trade. So the moment he finished secondary school, he was already making money
for himself.
He trained himself through university. He also studied engineering, as you said. Yeah. And when he finished, he has never worked for anybody till today. He's been a businessman from one business to another. The parents are late now, but that industry. So talk to us about preparing children. Now, some of the schools of thought say education is summarily the development of an individual mentally, psychologically, socially, morally, to be useful to himself and society. And we say one of the problems we have in our society is the failure of the home and parents at the early stage to prepare their children, knowing that as you're growing, today I am feeding you, I'm paying your house rent, I'm providing your basics, clothing and everything, your school fee. There will be a time you won't want to eat just rice and chicken and cow leg. You want to not live in one room, but maybe two rooms, three rooms.
Yeah.
Rather than trekking, you want to buy vehicle. Where will you make the money from? So learn a skill. Don't you think that our homes have failed to do that?
Okay, let me just say what my organization right now have just done. We have partnered with an eye institution in River State to train 1,000 Rivers youth on entrepreneurship.
Okay.
Because we've seen a lot of graduates that doesn't have job.
Because there are no companies.
Why do you send children to school year to year? If 5,000 youths graduated,
nowhere to work.
Even 10 could not even get job. So recently we met with the VC. We said, no sir, please, how do we eradicate poverty? There are a lot of remote jobs, but youth cannot access it. There are online jobs, youth cannot access it because they are not equipped with these skills. So we met with the institution, we discussed, and the VC was so happy, and he said, okay, no problem. We are currently, as we're talking to you now, we're going through memorandum of understanding. Once we've signed it, the institution is ready to train 1,000 youths in entrepreneurship yearly, 6 months intensive program.
Okay.
Practicals, and they will teach you how to do business plan, teach you how to sort out for grants and all. They will teach our youths how to be self-independent than we depending on the society. When you depend on the society will give you whatever thing it offers.
Of course.
And you take it because you are hungry.
And then if you don't want it, you don't use force.
You use
gun and knife, and that's where stealing comes.
I asked somebody a question 3 days ago.
Call phone. With charge card, you kill someone.
I asked somebody a question. I said, why do people rob? Because of they want to live life, material things. Don't you see that is a mindset?
It's a mindset.
And when they catch you, the first thing they tell you, they say na devil. Which devil? The devil too is preparing to give his life to Christ so that everyone will know who is sending them. Will know who is sending them. No, but see, the society have carefully look our youths, the direction they are taking. Sir, if we don't make haste to redirect their mindset, trust me, this one that is happening now is just small. A time will come, your child will drag you or drag somebody and said, I must kill you to make money. It will become over because the quick death syndrome is becoming alarming. And you know one thing, the society to the individuals, the elites too, are not doing anything. Like now as I'm talking now that we want to train 1,000 youths under entrepreneurship. Are we going to do it with our money? We don't have such money. We are going to write to institutions. We are going to write to companies. We are going to write, our leaders to come together to fund this program.
If only they understand that your future, you
don't understand,
become a burden to you. So now talk about challenges. What are some of the challenges in this your fashion industry you've gone through? I'm sure 20 years you would have seen. You've been to hell and back. What's some of the challenges?
The challenges.
Now, looking behind side, you will say, "Oh, if I were God, quote and unquote, this will not happen. I'll change this. I'll change this so that it will be better for all."
Okay. There's something that like a message I want to send to our government. They travel out of this country. They see how this civilized country package themselves. As you're talking now, it says Port Harcourt is now currently. We don't have a fashion hub.
Yeah.
We don't.
And yet people,
it can be created.
The volume, if you do statistics,
oh my God,
the volume of people that wear clothes, we go outside to get
fabrics. We don't have. We have enough space that we can go China. Government can go China, bring these things, equipment,
which was built by the China.
You know that fashion. When I study, fashion is the third highest employer of labor
in the world. Yes.
In the world,
because it's a basic need.
It's a basic need. People must cover themselves. Do you understand? Now the truth is, we had government that all they do is to do road. To do this. They don't even know basic human capital development project.
That's why there's no industry too.
No industry.
We have a textile industry.
Just imagine.
In River State.
In River State.
With about 8 million people.
Do you understand? We don't have. Do you know that at a point now, one of the reasons why we even try to see how we can talk with them, somebody will just go to a quack tailor, will just be there 2-3 months, he will run, and we started doing work for people. And we begin to gather work and go to the nearby state, give to tailors the so and come and see. If we want to focus, do you know that this business is a very lucrative business? It can employ more people.
I agree with you.
We can open when we mean a fashion hub where we can have no less than 10,000 machines employing people and call it Reef brand. It can be a River State brand. So export it. Make money for the state. You see, sometimes when you engage this our youth, if you engage the people, they will not have time to think crime. What makes a man think crime?
Idleness. Hunger and idleness.
When he has lost his focus, you know, there's this thing at the moment you just feel say you don't have anybody to help you. The next thing that comes into your mind, use what you have to get what you want.
Exactly.
And before you know, we started having youths that can do all manner of evil.
You know, I think I had this governor. So one time, Abia State governor had to go to China. Deliberately took some persons to go and train.
Okay.
You know, which was like, for me, it's like a good step in the right direction. Like you pointed out, having that hub is possible. It's not possible to say government, even in partnership with other civilized, industrialized countries like China, US, the bigger countries who are going, even Turkey, they are good in fashion. They say, okay, as part of investment into that hub, come with your wherewithal, technology, your know-how, even funding. Come and open here, support us. Government bring what they call counterpart funding, give you a massive land space, build a conducive industry with the value chain, build a conducive accommodation, make it, and then all these people who are sowing what they call, I don't want to call it the name, but inferior things, saying that you want to upscale the standard and the value. You bring this together, like you said, and we take that industry to another level. Because of course, once you, apart from that the immediate interconnected value chain there, some other persons from outside, I can come back and become a distributor. I knew of someone where I was living before in the 80s at Bonner Street. This young man came from abroad. He likes to dress good, what they call dandy sparkle. His friends and neighbors, each time he dresses, it was dressed to kill. So they started asking him, where did you buy? You know, this guy started going to a neighboring state. He would go and get
cleans and come and
that's what he was doing. He was a contractor because, you know, he came out overseas. He hadn't gotten any job, so he just switched over. He will come out dressing good. When you say, where did you buy it, he will get it for you. And that he was supplying selected markets, like big boys, his peers and those ones who are modern. I want to say, I love what you wear. He will go and get it, add his own profit. So you see, he was not part of the direct value chain, but is an extended value chain and still making money from that same trade, employment. So what is it that what do you think that is it both the private or public sector, what don't they understand about this kind of this way of setting up?
There is something I just want to say. The only investment that most of our elites understand is hotel. And hotel, we all know that have a lifespan.
Yes.
If not well managed.
Yeah.
Yes, it's better for the tourism industry, but tourism without fashion does not go on well.
People can walk naked.
Now, let me tell you something, sir. Do you know there is a particular space, there is a land, I don't know if, because I saw that they are trying to do clearing. I think this opposite that UTC, there is a massive land there.
Behind.
Yes,
I also seen it.
Do you understand?
Yeah, I saw other place would have claimed that place. They have to use it for lorry park and make money.
Not even lorry park.
That's my own concept.
Place could be a fashion hub.
Yes.
We
claim the land.
Now, when we talk about fashion, you know, a lot of components make up fashion. Leather works, handbag,
head to toe,
accessories, all those things. They can go to China, bring the machines, employ Rivers young men who are very good in this craft, employ thousands of Rivers youth. We will produce these things. We will send it back to the overseas country, and they will buy. Give it a brand.
Thank you very much. I think that's the much we have time.
Oh my God! Thank you.
Our time flies.
It's good.
Like the things you make, some of your things. I've been to one appeared in certain places. They ask me. They always admire you. Even at embassies, you look our native attire. They will say, "Man, they will admire you." You go abroad, you wear it, they will admire you. And this is what God has given to us. Thank you very much. We're speaking with the CEO of BDS Design, Tamno Mama Tamno Belema.
Thank you very much
once again.
Thank you very much for having me.
Very inspirational.
Thank you very inspirational.
And we hope that everyone out there, both the government, the private sector, those younger ones who are aspiring in life, you have learned something. If there is nothing you have not learned, you must know that God has given you a talent. You're not an accident. You're not a local pilot. You're not a born through way. You are here with a talent, but talent is not enough. You must develop it. You must be certain in life. What do you want out of life? You must also take responsibility to differentiate between distraction and what will take you to your end. You must also be patient, that life is a process, not a 100 meters dash where you must, okay, and also resist peer group pressure. Finally, the industry is here. Once you have market is the industry. To satisfy that market, you have to create. So government, companies come together, set up one, like the concept you have dropped, a fashion industry in Rivers State, where we can serve the Rivers State market, the Nigeria market, and we export outside, so that our youths will not come back and become a problem to us. If, like Mentorprenuer said, if we build the high walls to protect ourselves, won't you drive out of that high wall? They will meet you outside and collect your car from you. Thank you very much. This is our package today on CEMTV Mentorprenuer. My name is Mr. M.I. Mibakayeneng. Please stay tuned to the rest of our interesting package. We'll have another guest same time next week. Have a nice day.